1.5 mile speedway. Like you said, track position I think is going to matter a lot here today. Dirty air is going to play the factor, so you want to be up front. You want to have it where everybody's behind you and kind of use your car to block them. Not exactly put your bumper right in front of them, but just run a little bit in front of them. Get them a little aero tight with the dirty air.
And easy to do with these cars because there's so much downforce to them. Now, I mean, they're not running. Actually, they are. Take that back. They are running the higher downforce package. And I was looking that up, Wes, and just looking up the difference because we were talking about the Xfinity cars the other day and some of the packages, some of the horsepower and whatnot. And it was interesting that on any mile and a half or super speedway, they don't run on a mile and a half track considered the plates that they run like on Daytona and Talladega. They call it a spacer. I guess we're going spacer racing today. But it still restricts the horsepower down to around the 550, 580 mark. And they do run still the higher downforce package. And you can really tell it right there in the wing. You can just look at how big that wing is on the back. It's almost as big as what was a Daytona was. So they're not running, the smaller wing and whatnot. And how you can tell is you see where it's black at right there, kind of the car we're looking at here. And then where they add on to the top of the wing there too. So plus I think they actually add that spacer on the side of the car on the back window there. Those are added also. There's a few other little, valence type things that they do with the aero package. And unfortunately, they do that at the 1.5 mile tracks. I like to see them open these cars up because I think these cars have got pretty good aerodynamics as they are.
I mean, they do have very good aerodynamics. One thing probably adding on to this is trying to keep the cars on the ground. You've seen them kind of take flight a little bit in real life. So that's probably where a little bit more of the aero is, to try to make sure they stay on the ground and not go up in the air, upside down, or on the side.
Do it at Daytona.
You don't want it to be done, though.
Well, no, but I mean, look, and I watched racing since back in the early 80s, okay? It's a race car, and I do not care what they do, how many things they do on this car. You're running 190 mile an hour. It's coming off the ground, okay? It takes an airplane, 150 mile an hour to come off the ground or so, give or take.
Depending on the airplane,
yeah. So I think even a 747, it might take only around 200 some mile an hour to come off the ground. That's a huge plane. So it's racing, and there's you're never going to take the danger, and that's another conversation, that you can get into hours on end. You're never going to take the danger of racing away. Although there's been so much advancement in safety over the years. The cars and the safety equipment that they use nowadays obviously are have protected these drivers. Even in bad crashes or like you say, even in flips. Because we have seen these cars flip and end over end. And it's funny when these cars flip as opposed to the old cars, because these actually look like little Matchbox cars just bouncing around on the ground. They don't come apart.
They don't come apart, yeah. And like you said, there's always going to be a danger with a race, and it's going to be something that you should expect climbing into a car. Just everybody's trying to make it as safe as possible, and it is what it is tonight. I mean,
yeah. That's one of them NASCAR rules that they got in it. So, and a lot of the drivers in real life have talked about it. Not even on iRacing. I mean, obviously, this is a virtual world. What do you got to lose? You don't care, man, if that thing shoots to the moon on you. Unless they start making it to where fall out of your rig or something. That realistic at home. You can imagine somebody wrecking and falling out of the rig. So I don't know. let's look and see what we got here. We got old Thomas. He said that name. He's right out front. It's actually. I was telling the lineup from. I was telling the lineup actually. Guess Thomas is going to be the man out front. Mark's going to be the man there in second. Jerry started third.
McClurg
Starting up in the fourth. Main's there in fifth. Sumter, he's starting in the sixth. Binder up in seventh. Gardner starting in eighth. Beltman starting in ninth. Gilroy there in 10th. Ben Stevens there in 11th. Jenningsman. That's right. Worked on that one last week, didn't we? Jenningsman, he's going to start right there in 11th. We got Hammond's going to start in 13th. Tucker. Hey, man, I'm out to work. Holloman there 15th. Vincent up in 16th. Salter in 17th. We got Sanchez there starting in 18th. Boyles in 19th. Henry starting in 20th. Mitchell's 21st. Latham up in 22nd. Hyatt up in 23rd. Abbott in 24th. Alpine starting 25th. We got Swain starting into 27th. R28, Jurgensen 29th, Kibbe there 30th, Gerlach 31st, Donaldson, Donnellan turned 32nd, and Dylan Gruschmacher. I think I said it. I'll have to go back and redo it.
Gruschmacher, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's look at the rest of the field here as we're going green. Good field out here, 40-some drivers. Green flag, we're flying. Now, how long will they stay side by side is going to be the question.
How long indeed? But I mean, Thomas took in a great lead there off the start. I'm going to have to figure out how to say it as well. I'm going to need to get all these guys with their names, how to say it phonetically out at least, written out for me. But Thomas had a great start there off the front, and looks like Nicoteras cleared a second.
Yeah, what I did was what I normally do. As you can see right here, boy, they got already getting mixed up a little bit. In the back there, we got a car up on the wall, and unfortunately that's Lernger. How you say it?
Caution, yellow flag.
And that's going to cause a caution. Now we got another car around. Not him, but Alpine. Oh yeah, Alpine 83 machine. Yeah, what I do, well, I always clean that here. We'll watch this caution real quick. 83 right there, and he goes by him fine. They're 4 wide up here. Oh, the 21 got into him a little bit. Boom.
Oh, really unfortunate for the 321. Looked like he had a wiggle going in. Couldn't tell if it snapped on him and he tried to save it, or if he drove it in too deep and it just went up.
Yes. Now, back to what's up. What I do and what I did last week. Olmacheski. I take my phone, I hit record on it, make a video, and I say the name. That way I have a permanent record of how to say it. Thomas. Did the same thing for Jenningsman, too. That's how I got it. Like a nice race. Well, car got in the wall. They were 4 wide. They just got a little bit, tight action right there. Got into each other. A little early for me to say. I don't know, Wes. I don't know if you've had a chance maybe to talk to any drivers and whatnot. Their feeling on whether or not this car is going to be. I'm going to say it's probably going to be more tight as the race goes on. due to the fact they got so much, like I said, the dirty air, downforce that they got on these cars and what.
I mean, I definitely didn't have the chance to talk, at least with the Cup cars, about what it's going to be like on the long runs. With the downforce it is, it might end up tight, it might end up loose. You might have some guys tight, some guys loose. But I didn't get a talk with any of the guys running Cup, but you don't, based off, if we're going to go based off of real life, cars will typically get a little bit looser or just a little bit tighter, not really a wide swing either way about whether they're going to get when it goes longer in the runs here. It's really, really dependent on setup wise, I believe, was what it is.
Yeah, and these being open setup, it's very different from what it would be with a fixed. Now, a fixed setup, yeah, you would say it's gonna pretty much turn tight as the race goes on. Here, it all depends on, like you just said, who's got the better setup. This right here, we talked about this last week, where Daytona, and I'm still going to stand on that, on the heel. You know, to me, I don't want to say setups matter a big deal, but they matter way more here than what they did at Daytona. How you have your car set up. I think here you're going to see more of a driver out of it than last week. Hey, it's Daytona, man. Hang on. Type late racing.
Yeah, I expect it to be mattering a lot more here as well. I mean, this is really where setups matter. Daytona, it's a little bit to do with your ride height, a little bit to do with your tape.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, you got to think about everything. You got to think about the springs, the angle of the wheel, what arrow you're running, even, because you're allowed a little bit of wiggle room, but not much.
Green flag. We're back racing Kansas style. Komacheski out front with this one, man, with Maines right behind him. Looks like he's got it figured out so far. Another thing that you mentioned right there with the setup. Do you like a tight? Do you like a looser car? Do you like do you want to try to have more of a setup that saves the tires? Or do you want to have one, man, that is really aggressive on the starts and goes? That's kind of it. You see right here, this pack in the middle, around about ninth place spot. These guys are going 2 and 3 wide, trying to make up. So I will say on a track like this, you want to try to get everything you can on the start, because as this goes on, it can become a single file style race and a tough place to pass. And the more it runs, more conservative I think it could get. So we'll have to see as the race plays on. And that's why you see a lot of aggressiveness right here. I mean, it's great racing for us to see, man. In West, side by side. I love it.
I definitely love it as well. I mean, side-by-side racing, anytime you can see, it's kind of great as you see them coming across here. You got 2, 3, maybe even 4 wide. I think I might have seen further on in the pack.
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place. See back here, yeah, they're still 2 wide back there. So around about 24th place. But has anybody got anything, man, for Komacheski out front, though? Bender right there trying to take around on the second place spot. Maines. That 21 machine. Now, with this being an open setup, I will say that one of the major differences, and when you mentioned it earlier, dirty air, and you definitely will feel that either way. But with this being an open setup, you can push through that dirty air a little bit easier than you can with a fixed setup. Once you get behind somebody, it's almost pretty much, I don't want to say impossible, but it's very, very hard. Here, you can push through it with, like you said, adjusting the setup, pit stops and whatnot, how you have the car set up and so forth and so on. So you can kind of work around the dirty air. And I think right now you're seeing a little of it. I mean, right there, Bender, he seems to be a little faster than Komacheski, but it's like a brick wall. But again, that brick wall's not as massive, I'm seeing right now, as what it would be in a fixed style setup.
I mean, it's a little bit of a brick wall. It's easy to get up right behind the guy, but then passing them's a whole nother thing. One thing that we just saw with Bender, though, he's tried the high side a little bit. I didn't know exactly
Yellow
how
flag
quick
is
he'd
out.
be wanting to jump out there, but
Cars around in the back. Let's see if it actually started it, or they just product of wrong place, wrong time. There might be product of wrong place, wrong time. Here you see the 9. Another machine up front of them there started. We'll find out who it is, then we'll go back watch it. Didn't jump. It didn't light up on the screen here until these spun. Oh, we got on the apron. Okay, so
something a little further up track.
I'm trying to get up there and see who. Who's coming off pit road? Happened further up. Yeah. Ferguson was involved. Oh, him. Who that car is? Who is that?
Maybe the 17 there?
White car. I'm trying to find it. It's 17. Yeah, I see it. Okay. What happened to him? Nicotera. A little touch me now. 20 got by good. Oh, he just lost it.
Yeah, he did, and collected the 2, unfortunately. Then just everybody else into the wall.
And 2's going, I just came out of the pits. Oh.
And then, of course, on the back end there, what we really saw were the people spinning out trying to avoid it.
All right. Caution. Kansas style here tonight. Omacheski, the man out front, holding them down, though. Good race. I mean, you know, we were just talking about, and that's the thing right there, making your, you know, you can make your car loose. Obviously, with an open style setup, it can be loose. Normally, with a fixed setup, these cars tend to be more tighter, but with that open setup, hey, anything's been possible. Lights off on the pace car. Had to go back green. Benall Thomas, Omacheski out front in this one. Bender's been able to get there. Just don't know if he's going to be able to close that gap.
I think give him a couple laps. Bender might be able to get him. He was starting to work a little bit of the top lane right before the caution came out. So his car might be a little comfortable up there already. If he can stick it well, he's going to have a great run off the corner that might be able to send it either inside the 69 or right around him.
And like you said, it doesn't matter if you drive through that dirty air, he'll be okay. It just be, the key is having enough laps to do it. If the short style car are going to, you know, break up his momentum a little bit as the pace car drops off. Here we go. Komacheski up front. Bender there with him with Maines in the back side. Green flag. Good start for everybody.
Good start for everybody. Nobody sideways. Komacheski already had a great jump. The 5's followed him through, clear to second now.
Yeah, it is. Man. There, tougher. Unfortunately, Bender did not get the start he wanted, which again goes back on how he has that car set up. He could have it set up for maybe a medium style, long style run rather than, okay, I'm on the start. See right here, Maines might have more of that, you know, quicker style start and get going. And it's just something that, you know, how you feel as a driver. That's how more of an open setup and a setup style race is. How you feel as a driver? Do you want your car to go, or do you want to kind of hang back? We get long green flag runs. Nothing wrong with kind of having one that's good on that long green flag. Kind of saving a little bit of tires.
If you prefer your car on the long run, you want it to stay long. But right now we've had 2 quick cautions, 2 quick restarts. So that short.
Bam!
Yellow flag is out.
Yeah, right there, man. You saw that thing snap loose. That was the 6 machine. Unfortunately, Ramy. We were watching that one live there. It went 3 wide, and that thing just. Well, it just came out from under. That looks like more of an arrow loose that he had happen right there than anything.
Looked arrow loose to me. I think the 26, that was creeping up his inside. It might have been the 28 there.
Oh.
Not entirely sure. But just kind of packed some air on his spoiler there and just spun him.
To go 88. See where the 88's at. Give me a name the 88 is so I'll know how I'll find him.
That's Gerlach. That would be Kyle Garlick. He's down in 21st.
Here we go. See what he looks like. I will say this. Yes, there's manufacturers out here. No, they don't really matter too much on iRacing. All these cars pretty much drive the same. Real life, yeah, there's some differences. iRacing, more like just a template on a car. Guess it's more for show.
A little bit for show, but I mean, could still be a huge team if you decide to work well with each other.
Well, yeah. I mean, no, this team, I'm talking about as far as like the manufacturer goes. Everybody likes to get into that conversation. I'm a Ford guy through and through. I mean, everybody wants to get in it, and kind of interested to see what Chevy brings out. Kind of sad Camaro's going away, kind of not, because, well, you know what, don't really care about the Camaro, but you always have to have competition, and there's where I'm kind of sad at, is because that allows Ford now to basically drive the price of the Mustang up, because guess what, there is no competition now. Yeah.
And Toyota, not an American muscle car. They can make V8s, but it's not what you typically think about.
And the Dodge and the Challenger and all that, they went away, which although they might be coming back, but still it's like they're away, Camaro's away. So now it leads to Ford can go, okay, now we can have an $80,000 GT. It's like, man, come on, dude. Who the heck gonna buy that? Because now they can have the namesake of like what they advertise is the only pony car left with a V8. All right. But I am kind of curious in real life in NASCAR what they are going to bring. There's been speculation of Cadillac coming out. That would be kind of cool. You're not going to bring the Vet, folks. Just already get that at your head.
Yep.
So
personally,
Chevy don't even have another car. What are they going to do? Bring a Silverado out here?
I mean, they're going away with the Malibu as well. So yeah, they really don't have a car.
Yeah, they would. I mean, Cadillac's the only one I would think that they would. I mean, we're in a caution right here, but I mean that actually going to affect iRacing too, because you'll see a change in the NASCAR style what we bring. But I'm interested to see that. I guess NASCAR could allow. I don't know how the rules apply. We'll talk about it here when we go back green here. As we're getting set to, as the lights off on the pace car. Olmacheski up front. Pace car's in. See the man right there with mains. See what kind of jump he gets.
Green flag.
Green flag. Back racing, Kansas. Y'all give me y'all's thoughts out there on it. What do y'all think? I mean, obviously the Mustang's here to stay. The Camry's here to stay for a while. Chevy that we're looking at, and then real quick, as Cole Manchester gets a jump on the field, is what I was going to say is I don't know the rules as far as GM they're allowing GM to give Chevy a car, because it's not GM that's racing, it's Chevy that's racing. It's almost like I don't know if they're going to let them do it. I mean, I guess if they do, it'd be the Cadillac. Let's see.
I would think it would. I would think it would be the Cadillac. Personally, I'd like the look of a CT5 NASCAR.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or C5, sorry, not CT.
For the Cadillac, it looked kind of cool. Cole Manchester out front with this one. Main's there. Feltman's pulled it up to third, and far up on the wall. Who's that? Right back here in about the 10th place, 11th place spot. Hammond. Gilroy is. These cars get loose tonight here, man, Wesley.
Yeah, definitely seen some cars get loose, and I think it's also a little bit tight. Dirty air kind of washing them up a track a little bit. We were talking earlier about Cole Manchester and who would be able to run them down. Maines kept it a little close off the restart. I mean, he didn't lose and fall back to third. He's still in second.
Right. And you mentioned that right there, and there's one thing that it doesn't matter how much setup or anything you have, that is very hard to fix, and it's a crew chief's nightmare, is a tight, loose feeling. Pushing in a turn loose off. You can only fix one. You can't fix them both. So you basically ask the driver, which one can you drive through the most? And unlike if a car's just, I'm loose going out, in and out of the turns or whatnot, or I'm tight in and out of the turns, you caution out. If he's loose and tight, man, I can only fix one end of it. Which one you want? Remy again here. Wow. Well, looks like Remy, I can already tell with his car, needs to tighten it up just a little bit. That's twice now that thing is just snapped loose. Nobody around him. And that tells me that he's got it probably loose there. And yeah, they got the downforce package here. You can make it loose, obviously, like you said, with spring set up with the weight. Obviously, tire pressure is a huge one. So to me, I would look at, if he gets a chance to get back on the track here again, tighten that thing up a little bit. Baby, what's the old saying? Put some wedge in it. Use that term anymore?
I think they still do. I'm not quite as much. I think it's more I think it's messed with the track bar a little bit, but
yeah, it used to be there. Put some more wedge in it, or weight or something on the side. I know back in the old days they would actually, put the little bars in it, and then they'd take the wrench and go into the window. They literally would put like a little thing on the side right there in front of the back wheel. They actually put I think it's like weight or something on, help the balance of the car. I don't think they do that anymore. I think it's like pre-done now. And now I'm like you. I think mostly, obviously, the track bar they mess with. They do have controls inside the cars. Obviously, I think the drivers can do their brake BIOS. They can't do wings like, an F1 or Grand Prix. Grand Prix, those cars are just so technically advanced. They have controls so they can do their wings and stuff. They can do that here. They can do brake BIOS. Something else they can do. I forgot what it is.
BIOS, track bar.
Yeah, I think they can mess with the track bar.
They got a little bit of wiggle room with it, but I think those are the only two things they really can do inside the cockpit.
So it might be, and again, without me having to go look up, like what you said, go look up everything. So when they do the wrench in the back, that might be doing the wedge to it. I always thought that was the track bar part, but I think that might be the wedge. Tighten it up, loosen it up, I know is what they're doing. And then, like you just said, inside the car, they're able to make the track bar and so forth and so on. Yeah, those are things that they didn't have back in the day. You know, that was all done on pit road. Came in, you told the crewman, "Hey, look, this is what the car feels like." He'd go off of it and he'd try to adjust.
Yeah, and then beyond just wedging the track bar, there's also tire pressures, which can help you as well, whether you're getting tighter or looser.
That's
but
huge.
Though it's a huge swing either way, but it can also be a little tricky and a little bit risky.
Right. But that's one of probably the key adjustments that they do. Tire pressure is probably the number one thing that they go to first, because like what you just said, a small change can make a huge advantage or disadvantage on a car, which way they swing with it. And I even know this back in the real days of drag racing, because traction off the line, a pound or two could make a massive difference of traction and no traction, how you ran down the track and so forth. Pace cars in. Komacheski out front with Maine there. Feltman.
Green flag.
Green flag. We're back racing. Go single file start this time.
Probably trying to get these boys to calm it down a little bit, hoping to get some green flag running in. But a little bit more spread out, a lot cleaner. I mean, works pretty good. You've got some two wide action further back in the pack. It looks like the 23's on the high side.
Got it right there, man. Gilroy, Boyles, Salter, around about the 11, 12, 13th place spot. And again, you're going to see some guys go to that high side. Kansas, to me, used to be a high side style track. You know, it's almost like Chicago. And you start seeing guys just migrate up there towards the wall. I have noticed over the years that some of it has been down low. Let's see how this race plays out. We haven't had a long green flag enough to kind of see, to me, to get these tires really worked in and start seeing what grooves maybe the advantage. But I don't think the high line is going to be a bad place to be.
Not going to be a bad place to agree, I'd say. I mean, you definitely can get good runs there off the top side. Granted, the bottom's a little bit the shortest way around the track. It's maybe a little bit faster theoretically.
Lead
but
change.
It looks like Maines has a lead now.
Yeah, Maines went up front. Feltman right there behind him. Komacheski falls back to third. Genningsman, man, up 8 spots there in fourth with Vincent there in fifth. So your top 5. Stevens, Hart, Sumter, Hammonds, Mitchell, top 10, and look at Feltman. If he can't man tear it back in there, Maines.
And we were just talking about it, about the high side might not be a bad idea. Genningsman's not fully up at the wall. He's about middle of the track, but he's getting some good runs off corners here.
Another thing here, you know, Komacheski out there dominating early, but after a while, the tires and how he has it set up, going through those heat cycles, could play a major role. The reason why he's kind of struggling a little bit here on this restart. You see he's battling there for second over Feltman. Feltman takes it though.
Yeah, Feltman went up high 1 and 2, was able to keep it clear, and kind of dove down low a little bit into 3 and 4, almost on the apron. Was hugging right along that white side, or that white line.
Absolutely. Genningsman staying up high, Vincent right up underneath them. Those two guys are going to battle it out there. That's for fourth.
It's really this top 6 kind of breakaway. I mean, 7th place, it's about a second behind 6th place here, so a little bit of space, but battle too much, they're going to let everybody come right back up to them.
Yes, it is. So Stevens right there, like you said, behind them in 6th, and then there's back about a 1.5 seconds back to Sumter, Mitchell, Mitchell Hart, Boyles. Hammond's there along with them. Gilroy too. So I think the single file start is kind of, settled them down a little bit. You will see these passes here and there. I think it's got to help them out.
It's calming them down. We definitely got some green flag running. I want to see what this. I definitely want to see what the long run's going to do. I think that's where you're really going to find the diamond in the rough, who might actually have the better car. Granted, short run, you can be great on the short run. It can help you out with a green-white checkered, but theoretically, you want this to go green till the end, and you want to have a long-run car that's going to put you in the top spot.
I wonder what was on Boyle's car. It's National Daughter Day. What it said.
Yes.
Okay. Good looking car though.
It's definitely amazing to see the drivers out there showing love with their family. I agree with you. It's bright, it's flashy. I actually kind of love it.
See in the dark. I like looking at paint jobs here. Man, these guys out here know they do a lot of care in what they do in their cars. Maine right now, boy, we got a battle going on behind them. Olmacheski, Vincent, Genningsman and company, and Genningsman looks like he's going to fall a little bit there in that back side. Here comes Stevens.
Yeah, they're passing the 6th there, Remy. He's going, what is this? He's now 3 laps down to the leaders after those couple of spins.
This one looks like he's got a little damage on the front of that car. It's affecting how that thing's handling going to the turn. I can go up. Well, probably right there. From one angle, it looked like maybe that wasn't Genningsman. It was actually the car that they were going by. My bad.
Yeah, Genningsman looking a little clean. It might have been Remy. We saw spin twice.
I think it was Remy, yeah. Because it was a silver car, and I said, wait a minute, it looked like a little damaged nose, but Genningsman could be getting a little bit tight here. Car's falling off just a little back to the 6th place spot. You got Sumner still there, who is catching up to these guys back in 7th. Slowly but surely, with Michaels right on his back end. We'll put them back in around 14th place spots. You got Holloman, Gardner, Henry, and company. One thing I could say is they're still in a, kind of, yeah, they're all single file, but they're still kind of, not too far back from each other.
They're not too far spread out. I mean, we're still seeing racing. We saw 3 wide across the line nearly as Gardner lost a spot. Single file, not always necessarily a bad thing whenever somebody says it's going to be a single file restart. Just kind of just like tell them, hey, calm down. Let's get some laps in. We don't want this to take 5 hours.
Absolutely. I guess you're talking about Gage Swan. Come on, Gage. Back at 23rd right now. He's up 5 spots. Just biding his time. Then what he's got, get past this first pit cycle. And he's able to see what kind of adjustments he wants to do as the race goes on. And that's probably what some of these guys are doing. They're just kind of racing, seeing what kind of adjustments I need to do. Make it to that first pit stop and go, okay, I need to do this. There's a battle going on here about 19th place spot.
I was about to say, you had them 2x2 for a second, almost some contact in the middle of the corner by the 18 and the 88, but kept it off each other, kept it straight.
Absolutely, Latham. Nose damage there on the machine down low. Low side drafting.
Low side drafting, a little bit of swerving mid-corner, trying to not sit directly behind someone. I think they're fighting for a little bit more free air than just sitting right behind someone.
Mm-hmm. Old Tucker right there with it. Got to work on Latham and Abbott. Good side-by-side racing between those guys. As your leader still out front, it's all Mains. Feltman there along with it with Vincent. Watching some of this battling going on back here around that 18th place spot. Good action happening.
Yeah, nose for the 18 car is bent in a little bit. I wonder how he got that damage.
Could have been a checkup there a couple times. Did a checkup on the start. Who knows? They'll probably try to get a lot of it knocked out when they come on their pit stop, though. Don't look like it's affecting him too much.
I don't think it is, but
And it's
if you are
affecting
gonna
him,
fix
but
it-
I mean, it is, but it's. Yeah. As long as he's not getting overheated or motor damage.
Yeah, as we saw a couple cars tap the wall going into one.
He's getting maybe a little tight feeling up there, getting a little closer up to the wall. Sumter right now has found in 8th place. Oils is now called up. And there was about a second and a half between those top 6. Not anymore. They've all called up, and now you got a big pack about to happen up front.
Large pack just clear was the 57. Ginningsman giving him a little bump. I think Ginningsman is trying to get this high side to work, but it's not quite there for him.
Not yet. I'm not sure if it's going to come in or what, but he is definitely trying it up there. Right now, it's still a low line style track. Maybe migrate a little bit up to the middle, but when you see a couple guys going up there, in that it won't work. Maybe as the track conditions change, maybe over the course of the race. Main's feeling pretty good out front, though.
I'd be feeling pretty good if I was him. I got about half a second to the car behind me.
And remember, this is the first qualifier for the Fast 5 Challenge. And so the top 5 finishers, they qualify in, get a chance to go to Talladega, man, and win a little money.
Just a little bit. I mean, Mains and Feltman top. Even Vincent and Stevens all were starting up top a little bit. Vincent had to climb up 13 places to get a third, but since he got there, he's been sticking with it. One of the faster cars, I'd say.
So far, so good for the man out front. Mains, Feltman there with it. Vincent, Stevens, Mitchell. And you got Bulls, Ginningsman though. Like I say, still trying that high line. It's not working quite yet. He's actually falling back a little bit. Gilroy there too in the 9th, and then Sumter hanging on to the 10th.
You were talking about how further into the run the cars are likely to get tight. That's based off the fixed setup. I think that might be what the 79's experience. I mean, typically when you run tight at Kansas, I at least would drive up near the wall a little bit. I wouldn't try to force her down into the bottom.
And again, we got to look at the difference between obviously the fixed setup as opposed to these being open, where you have a lot of room to mess with the car in an open setup. Going up, you would see these cars pretty much go up to the wall on a fixed setup because it starts to get very, very tight. Here you can loosen these things up a little bit and stay more towards the bottom if the car feels good down there. And again, like what you said though, some guys like riding up on that top side of the wall. I don't.
I mean,
too close for me.
you want to talk about running up against the wall? One of the greatest to do it is Kyle Larson. It's always commonly referred to as the Larson line, where you're maybe about, I don't know, a paper's width or two off of the wall there, trying to get as much momentum off the corner as you want. And see her right there with the 25 a little bit. Got some good momentum down the straight, cleared the car to his inside going into 3.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag. Back there, that's actually Tucker. Going 8, we're up. What happened to him? Better angle here. Right outside right there. Oh. The spotter said he was clear or not. Obviously he wasn't.
Not sure there. 3 wide. There was a checkup by that white car a little bit coming through the trial.
That's not his fault. I'm not putting that on the slower car. He held his line. You can see he held his line. They just caught him there. And, yeah. Not on him.
I'm not saying it's the 83 either. He did slow up a little bit, but looked like the 8 might have tried to dive it in a little bit too early.
Might have thought it was going to be clear, maybe cleared it quick. That's a tough one. They come up on that lap car really quick, and yeah, it's just one of those conversations. Lap cars. You don't want a lap car trying to change lanes. That's why I say he did everything he can. They just caught him in a fast spot right here. Look, they catch him coming out of a turn, and that's not where you want to catch him. As a lap dude, you're sitting, I just don't know what the move in the 8, why he came down like that a little bit, but you can see him come down and then just catch him.
I'm not sure either, and I don't think the 83 was a lap down at that point either. I think he was just a little bit slow.
Right.
He might have wore his tires out a little bit too much and started going backwards.
What we got on this angle here again? What's the who is the 83? Well, got a lot of damage too, so of course that's why I was saying maybe his lap, but just, yeah, it's just one of those. Ouch. Unfortunate. When you run up on, we'll just say slower car. How's that? That's better. I'm not sure if he's lapped down either or not. At the 83.
Yes.
The Alpine. That's it.
Alphin.
Yeah, Alphin. Pit road, it don't really show my map. If he's not a lap down, he's going to be a lap down here. He's on pit road any longer. He's had a lot of damage, so we'll just say he was being really slow, and with that damage, obviously the car's hurt. They just ran up on him at the wrong time of the track, and it's a tough feeling if you're a slower car like that, you know.
Alpin.
Alpin.
Okay.
Alpin.
Thank you, Connor.
Yeah. Got a good we call it English teachers out there for us. Help us out a little bit. I need all the help I can get with names, folks, I tell you. Not the redneck phonics. Well, Maines has been the man. Vinson's there with him. Was Komacheski earlier, but he's kind of fallen back to 5th. See what these guys have got. Everybody's taking their pit stop man right here. At lap 56, they all came in, got tires and fuel. All right, pace cars in. About to be in here. Kansas style tonight. Spartan Simracing League Master Series. Going to go with another single file start. I think they admins are like, hey, they liked how that last one started. Why not start this one?
You already see the 33 in the back of the 5. He was wanting to go. Vincent's like, we're here, get going. I want to stay in this top 5.
Yeah, and you know, it goes back to some guys being better on, the newer tires than they do in the older tires. But that's the one thing about tires, even with a good setup, you still got to be careful because they're still going to be cold, still going to be a little slick. Got to get them up to temperature. Good Stevens. Put the pressure on him. Beltman back there too.
Benson up the inside of Maines.
There it is. Battle for the lead. Vincent Maines, and it looks like Vincent's going to take it. Okay. But Maine's probably a little better as the tires get a little warmer. Fire back though. Okay.
Gonna fire back, and the 78's gonna have a run. Check it up a little bit, trying to not get into the back of the 33 and wreck them.
Oh, Stevens. He's got that middle high line going. And this is what I'm saying. After that first pit stop, you might see it a little bit different. You know, racing lines, guys are able to say, okay, the car did pretty good here. What adjustments I need to do. They were able to do a little bit of adjustments right there.
And if you had damage, you probably took the time during caution to fix it. I would have tried to fix it under green, because that just means you're sitting in the pits a little longer. Maybe go 1-2 laps down.
Absolutely. We got the Holloman Auto Sports Man Fast 5 Challenge starting off tonight. It's one of the main things these guys, the top 5 would love to be in, and actually right now would put Stevens in the 5th place spot. Boyles is sitting on the outside looking, going, but I'd love to get it though. Get a chance to run there at the Talladega race.
And as we're watching right there, that battle for 5th, Feltman got around Maines for 1st.
Feltman to the point. Solid running up here too between these guys. Feltman, Maine, Vinson, Omacheski there. Stevens, top 5 with Rick. And 6th, Gilroy there in 7th, Bulls 8th, Henry in 9th, Bumped up in the 10th. Ken out there says, I ain't in English, best in English either, I just racing the truck. I got you. Good race here. Let's go a little past on about 12th. Donnellan, Bumper right there battling Holloman. Henningsman, though, the one who's really fallen off the pace. They're back in 15th.
Yeah, we saw him fall back a little bit at the end of the green flag that we just had. Doesn't seem to have the car off the start. It might be more of a medium run car. Not perfect on the start, not perfect at the end, but maybe around that middle ground. Maybe once you get around 15, it seems like he really started to move forward then.
Back there in 15th, Swan there in 16th. And then a little battle going on between Hammonds and Gardner. 18th, 19th. Back a little further back there around about 23rd, 24th, Wilson and Salter. Looks like everybody's kind of settled down just a little bit. Good battle going on back there around 29th, Henry, Phillips and Carr. Still single file up front though. You go back around about the 5th place spot and up 15 spots there. Mitchell in 5th. Wow.
Yeah, he got up to the front quick. He's been hovering around 6th, 7th. I'd want to say since about the second caution came out.
The PB Henry up 26 spots. They're in 8th place. Slowly but surely been moving up to the front. Gilroy, though, going to try to take that spot from him. Bill Henry, though. Good march to the front.
Yeah, slow and methodical. I mean, you don't got to worry about, it's not high draft like we saw at Daytona. You still got to be smart, but you don't got to be maybe as cautious, I would say. It's not something wild could happen any second. Granted, these cars can snap loose. We saw that with Remy earlier, so maybe watch for that. But the slow, methodical work up, not bad. Again, like you said.
Henry there, Gilroy, Sumter, Hart. Got about the mid-pack, or got around about the 10th, 13th place spot. Holloman there. Hart along with them. Denningsman trying to see if he can't get that car back on line and get back to the front. Jurgensen there along with them. Holloman, Auto Parts Machine. He's sponsoring the Fast Five for us.
Whoa! Way off into the grass.
I'm trying to get on him. There it is. Gilroy.
Good save from keeping it coming back up above the apron. He got back on the apron for a little bit, put it back in the grass. We're going to stay green, but it's going to be a big loss for him.
Watch it again here. Gilroy. There's Ben Stevens went off the track also with him. Lost it coming off the turn. Held on
Looked
to
like
it.
Stevens was in front of him when he went. I saw a little bit of smoke.
There's Ben. Let's watch from him. Same thing, just lost it. Just looks a little straighter going through the grass.
Just a little bit of dirt tracking work. Shakes up the top five a little bit as we see Feldman's kind of dropping back right now.
Yes. You still got Maines up front. Benson right there in second. Komacheski third. Boyles up in fourth. Feldman, like you said, back there in the 5th place spot now. Mitchell trying to see what he can do. Man in 6th with Henry there in 7th. And the top 3's kind of moving away here.
The yellow flag is out.
Now we got a yellow flag. Remy again. It's his 3rd time. I got a feeling he's done for the night. Oh, well, he was just a product of wrong place, wrong time. Who's that went around in front of him? It's the 3.
Looked like it's the 3. There was another car in that as well, I believe.
Yeah, I can watch here. He pops the wall there. You see him behind him. To get back, Remy was just wrong place, wrong time. That is the 19. That's Windsor.
19 he got loose out of the turn. 3 kind of just running his line, ended up into him, and then Remy just nowhere to go almost. Couldn't quite turn down low quick enough.
Once again from Mo Windsor here. And wiggled. Yeah, good save, and then the 3 nowhere to go. Just came closing in. Ouch. All right, pit stops.
Not all the leaders taking it.
No.
Got about the top 12 staying out here. Everybody else diving in. Not sure if they're taking gas, fuel, taking gas or tires, 4 tires, 2 tires? I'm not sure.
A lot of them look like they took 4. A couple of them only took 6-second stops to 9, but for the most part, they're in that 14, 15-second range, so it took a 4. Been a good one so far, though.
I'd definitely say it's been good. It's been interesting. It's been a little wild. I mean, open setups we were talking earlier. Or is it going to be? Are you going to be tight on the long run, or are you going to be loose? I think we've seen both.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
Waved off the green.
Field might not be close enough. It seems like there's a little bit of stragglers still back there.
Under caution, Mitchell, the man up front with Henry. PB, man, I'll tell you what, he stayed out. That'll be interesting because you got some guys stayed out and you got some guys that didn't. It's like looks like the top 12 stayed out.
Yeah, top 12 stayed out. I mean, it's a difference of, what is that? 20 laps on the tires. Gonna be felt a little bit, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
First one off of pit road was Donnellan, Vincent, and then Cole Macheski. They look like the first 2 that took 4 tires, and were 2 of the ones that we saw constantly up front. So I'd expect them to become driving up and getting onto the leaders fast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well those tires play here as opposed to the older set. Pace cars in. Mitchell and company up front with Henry. Here we go.
Green,
Bang,
green,
green. It's about 20 lap different tires.
About 20 laps, and you already see just after they cross the line, there were cars already diving to the inside. You see Maine's right there in 5.
Yeah, this is back here. First car on newer sets, Vincent. Right there around the 12th. And again, really hard to dictate. These being open setups, you're being fixed, you would definitely probably see a big difference between 20 lap tires. But as before the race, track position is a tough place to pass. And tires, yeah, they might be a touch faster. And when I say a touch, they're only about 0.3 faster. 2 to 0.3. They're 2 seconds off. If Mitchell and them had a very big lead, if this was a green flag stops and Mitchell had a big enough lead, then that's where the track position is going to be crucial here. Because there's just not enough that I'm seeing speed-wise, difference in 20 lap old tires. I mean, 0.2 is just not a lot. I need to see 8/10 of a second. That's what I want to see.
And right there, last time around, Vincent actually slower than Mitchell in first was.
Yeah, so he's caught
I
up in
think track
traffic.
position, yeah, caught up in traffic, track position. You got the new tires, but guess what? You restarted 14th. It's not going to be the nicest thing to drive through. The tires might help you grip a little bit more, but you still got to struggle in all that dirty air in front of you now.
Yeah, so this is just a perfect example of, you know, I talk about this a multitude of times, and a lot of, you know, folks are like, still faster, Joe, they're still faster. Yes, they are, but you've got to also calculate in how fast it takes to pass a car, how much time they have on the track, and how far back they are. I mean, right now, you just see it. Yes, he is quicker. He ran you know, I mean, he's going through traffic right now. Obviously, it's going to be a little slower, but before he was about 0.3 quicker. 0.3 on 20 lap different tires. And I think that's where a lot of drivers in the real world probably are having the grumbling at. Because used to 20 lap different tires, that was a massive difference. You would be several seconds faster back in the older days. But with these cars being so heavily matched, it's not a lot. And, you know, we see it on iRacing, we see it in real racing.
Yeah, the new Gen 7 cars has a lot more to do with air and aerodynamics than it does with your tire life, but Vincent's kind of put himself where he wants to now, I would say. He's right there sniffing along the top 5, half a second back. He just
I mean, he got away from a lot, like I said, a lot of the traffic. Now we'll see what he's able to do. Now he's a little bit faster than what the front runners out in clean air. See what happens when he gets up here closer to more of the dirty air that we were talking about. That's what makes it so tough to pass here when you get up near cars.
Yeah, and while Vincent's the first one on those new tires, he's got Mainz, Kolmacheski, and Ginningsman. They're chasing him down. They're the next 3 on those new tires that came in.
They're right back there behind him. Kolmacheski, Mainz, you said. You got that Ginningsman there with him too. 3 wide. Now here's where the tires really will help him out a lot. Going that 3 wide, he's able to hang on. Got way more grip. And he was able to get out that clean air, but you can just still see, even with the newer tires, how much he struggles to make those passes.
Yeah, just a little bit. It ran about the same time as the leader, a couple hundred slower, but
watch, he'll pick you back up this
gaining
time now. Yeah. Once he gets out in that clean air, he'll get out there and go a lot faster.
Yeah, 0.3 this time around with a little bit more cleaner air. Only one car really in front of him that might be holding him up, but you see the tire advantage come to life a little bit as it looked like the 57 was in the wall a little bit off of exit.
Not what you want to see.
Or not the 57,
right,
but the 20.
Okay. Juan. He's up our man hanging on the wall just a little bit. Vincent's trying to move to the front. Maine and them back there with those newer tires want to be kind of just more conservative on the longer run.
And not only that, you got to remember, only 4 sets of tires on pit roads for all these guys right now. The guys that just came in this last caution round, they've already gone through half of those. So gone through half your tires in less than half the race, might be a play to have there, but might not be the smartest. You might struggle later on when everybody's still got a
Yellow
fresh
flag
set in
is
the
out.
pits.
Ooh, yellow flag. That. You hear me? Look. One of those quick style spins registering on my screen. The car. There it is.
There they are. Looks like Feltman, and I think that was Boyles.
Had wheel damage. What happened to him? Right there in the 23.
Is that a Gardner here?
Ooh.
Oh.
Or got loose. There, he just pops the wall. That. Dub it up too.
Randall down in the comments said competition caution. No, there are no competition cautions or stages.
Now we found it here. Looks like the Ford bobbled a little bit. 23 had nowhere to go, got into him. Let's see, maybe we can see how hard he hit this wall. Ooh, yeah, hit it hard.
Yeah, a little bit airborne. Really unfortunate for Boyles. Just wrong place, wrong time. That's something you're always going to say if you're in the caution and there's nowhere for you to go.
Tore up that whole front end of that thing. Wheel and all. His night's
Wheel and all,
probably done.
I'd say it probably is done. There's no faster repairs here.
All right. So everybody but Henry pitted. I wonder why Henry would not have pitted.
That might be due. It looks like we're going back to double file now.
Right, let's try it.
But Henry might have a strategy going on. Like I said right before that caution came out, they've only got 4 new sets of tires on pit road. So you're about not quite halfway through the race and going through half your tires available. Henry might be trying to save them till the end. While everybody else is stuck on old rubber, might have a fresh set in the pits if he needs it.
Yeah, he's been on pit road once, which I mean, a lot of these guys haven't been on pit road twice. They've been able to go, like we said, at least, what, 60, well over 60 some laps on a set of tires. Almost 70 some laps. These cars in. We'll see what happens with Henry here. See if we just. I mean, I get his strategy like you're saying, but at some point you've also got to look at how much track position am I going to lose by doing this. Because now he's almost going to have to count on another caution coming out. We don't want to see. We'd like to see it just.
We'd love to see it go green. He dropped the position to Maines that was starting third. A little bit slower on exit, granted. Give it a little time to really see what's going to go on. Not quite directly on the restart.
We got Vincent out front, Maines there in second, Henry there in third, Komacheski up there for fourth, Ginningsman in fifth. Hold his home pretty good. and that takes us back to what we were talking about before. Even on newer tires, it's still a tough place to pass.
Yeah, it's still a tough place to pass. Old tires in track position versus new tires and further in the back. I want to say it's an even fight. We saw how hard it was for Vincent to get back up the front. It took him probably around, what, 10 or so laps to get up there?
Oh, yeah. We're still 2 laps off from halfway here. Vincent out front. Main's there in second with Henry. Oh, Macheski there too. Genningsman. It's side by side right now.
Yeah, that's Hammond's on his inside. That's also a battle right there for the final of the Fast 5 spots if the race were to end now.
Yeah, it is. Genningsman's got it. Hammond's there with it. Latham. Hart there. Good battle right here around by 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Very good battle. A lot of pushing. I think we saw Swan brush the wall again off a corner exit. I think the furthest up out of everybody that just pitted.
Ooh, right there on that high side. Got Phelps right there with him with Hart. That's a solid battle going on.
And you want to talk about your love for paint schemes? I love them too. I like what Swan and let me pull it up. I like what Swan and Mitchell have. It's the same scheme, essentially, just the color palette's a little bit swapped.
Yeah, Mac Tools. Ooh, there you got a little bit side by side there. Stevens had to get out
going
of
back.
it. Race right here.
Ooh, and there looks like a checkup on the inside as 11 was trying to dive low.
There's a lot of action going on right there. That's about 14. Get on back. Oh! Overcorrect by him. And wow. Same pizza, different crust. I like that.
That's a good one. That's what got a chuckle out of me.
78 here.
The turn sticks it pretty good on the high side right there.
But wouldn't you flip, since they're the same manufacturer, wouldn't you flip that? That'd be the same crust, just different topping. No. I don't know. They are the same manufacturer. Maybe one's stuffed crust and the other one's not. How's that? They're both large. Make everybody hungry now. Reminds you of the Casey Mayfield. Oh yeah, true.
That it does look like that, Connor. You're not wrong.
That was a Latham that we were talking about.
No, we're talking about Swan and Mitchell, their cars.
Swan Mitchell. Yeah, one's got more of the black, the red, the white. One went with the more of the white, the red, and the black. Red, the white, didn't it? He went more the black, the red, the white. A little more brighter. The other one a little more duller down.
What it really reminds me of is and I just like watching motorsports. Period. Reminds me of the McLarens in IndyCar.
Yeah. A lot of Indy cars, you do see that they have like the same sponsor. They'll just flip the paint a little bit. You see that a lot. All right. Up on the pace car. Henry was able, he got that advantage. Was able to come in, get pit stop, puts him back in 22nd spot. Have to see if it actually is going to benefit him. Able to drive through the field before. Back up front.
We were talking about tire advantage versus how far back in the field you are. Restarts 26th. About 10 lap difference from the guys that pit last time around, but then you've got the guys way up front of Maines, Ginningsman, Vincent, and Kolmacheski. He's got around 30 laps on them, but as we've been talking, he's stuck back in the pack. He's got to race through it with the dirty air in front of him.
And a style open tonight here at Kansas. We got the Spartan Sim Racing League. And the first race here of the Fast Five, brought to you by Hollandman Auto Parts. And finally going to get us right back here to past the halfway mark. There's some cautions here tonight, though.
A little bit caution heavy, but we've seen the potential for the long run, who we might think has got the car for that. And as I say, I want to see this go green to the end. I like seeing the strategy when it comes to pit road, when you're going to dive in, when you're not, if you're going to have anybody with you, even though it's not a major drafting track.
All right, pace cars in. Haynes and company up front. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
It's a lovely push by Vincent to the back of Maines coming to the green. I love that.
Oh, yeah. Right now, Vincent, he's got Jenningsman right there on his inside. Jenningsman might finally have found his way with Kolmacheski there, too. Hammonds. Who's in that 72? Well, he just come in the picture.
That 72 came in like a rocket ship.
36 spots, too.
I want to say, I think that car loves the outside line. He's flying up there. Shane Clore.
Clore, yeah. That thing is gone. I mean, he did pit at 93. And I got a feeling this is very much of a product of a car that is very well set up on the short run. We'll have to see how well this thing does on a longer run. He did come through that field pretty quick.
I completely agree with you. I think that might be a short run expecting car just based on how quick he's flying. He's not quite pulling away much right now. He's only got about 0.4 of a second over Maines, but definitely good on the restart.
Oh yeah, it was. The 40 spots there too. Out front, Clore, Maines right there in second. We've seen Maines on the starts before, kind of fall back a little bit or kind of hold his own. See Ginningsman right there in third, going with Kolmacheski. Those two guys going at each other. Mitchell right there behind them, Latham. Not quite sure Dylan Bridgemark.
Grootsmacker.
See if that's one of the names.
Looking at that, 3 wide right now. Got Mitchell just split Ginningsman and Kolmacheski.
Well, didn't get his name last week.
The yellow flag is out.
Oh, yellow flag. Beltman around. if he had help or if he just lost it. A lot of guys just lose it tonight. That tells me just going to need to tighten that rear end up a little bit, put a little more wing into it or something. On the wall. Yeah, that's
Just loses it.
yeah, that's where they're losing that at. That's not a brake bias issue. It's not. It's like an aero style loose, and could be a tire pressure issue. Anything is possible in an open setup, but in a nutshell, you're going to have to tighten the car up some. That's kind of what you're seeing is the car's getting loose as the run goes on. And if that's happening, you need to probably maybe loosen it up at the beginning a little bit, but have it tighter as the run goes on. Maybe he's wanting it the opposite, and a lot of times that can backfire on you. If you're spinning a lot, that is. And let go for it.
You hear a lot that loose is fast. Well, if loose is fast, too loose, that's a little slow, I would think, if you're spinning it.
Well, loose is fast, yeah, as long as you're staying on the track, not going the opposite way. Or, I didn't think it was coming down pit road.
Fakes him out a little bit, but you see Maines, I think that was Ginningsman, and I think also Cole Macheski went in. They were one of the first ones about 2-3 cautions ago that went in.
Now, Ian, I'm curious here because he's been in the pits 3 times now. This should be almost his last set of tires. Only 3 sets.
There's 4 sets.
Okay. Well, he's only got 1 set left.
And that's what it seems like.
And as the way this race has been going, I mean, they can go, we know they can go 70-some laps without pitting. So that would theoretically put him 1 more pit stop. It's just the cautions have allowed them to come on pit road a lot more. But PB Henry, obviously we've seen him. He's only pitted twice the whole entire race. I mean, yes, they can go a long stint without pitting. I mean, as a matter of fact, Jurgensen right here, I think he had to do some damage, so that's why he pitted so many times. But his last pit stop was at lap 76. That tells you that they can go a long way pit stop wise. I mean, Mitchell right here is only pitted twice. Dillon right behind him twice. Yeah, Maines and them out there 3 times already. Omacheski 3 times. Ginningsman.
It's going to be a little interesting come the end if we go green all the way. I think everybody should be clear on how many sets of tires they have.
Absolutely. Well, Cole back out front with this one. Dillon right there too. Yeah, I mean, you got some guys that are sitting on probably at least 2 sets. Some are going to sit on 1. If we get a long green flag run, then yeah, I think the 1 set of tires will be fine. I think the heat cycles in these is something we don't really talk about a lot because
Caution, yellow flag.
out. And oh wow, Maines. I got a feeling this is just product of cold tires here, unless he had help at the back right there a little bit, little checkup. But unless somebody just got into him, he just turned down the wrong place. The 52 right there, but
About middle's got a good amount of speed.
yeah, we got the other.
Little bit of touch. I want to know how bad it is. Did he get hit by someone? A little kiss to the wall. Might not be severe damage. A little bit of nose damage. He's also been one of our top runners. I wanted to shoe him in almost for certain to be part of the Fast Five come Talladega.
You know, I'm going to put it on the 52 there. That's pretty much situational awareness racing. You know, we watch up here, and I know things happen really quick on the track. You just really got to be aware of where the car is in front of you. That could have been avoided. Let's just say it that way.
I think he definitely could have kept his car a little bit lower there. Yeah.
Or not put the nose in there. I mean, a lot of times and we see it all the time in racing, you know, it's nothing new. Guy will put his nose in there at the rear quarter panel of another one. And he shouldn't. You know, just wrong place, wrong time type of deal. Situational awareness. You know, I mean, I'm going to say it the nicest I can possibly say it, Wesley. That's just where talent, skill, and driver awareness comes into it.
Yeah, racecraft ability, that's definitely where I'd put that as well.
Yeah. Driver can yell at me after the race for saying it, but I mean, videos don't lie. You go back and watch. Again, like I said, we're not in the car or anything like that.
We call it how we see it.
Yeah, it's bad for Maines. I mean, it's just bad for Maines on his end. But it's also like what we see a lot of times, and we talk about it mostly at plate tracks, is you get marred back in traffic and you just don't know what's going to happen. You know, you're out front a lot, and then you end up with a pit stop cycle. You're back in traffic, and then, you know, things like that happen. It is what it is. It's tough, man. It's tough. Going back green, though. Some heavy movers up front. Clore, Dylan. It may mean the top three. 40, 31, 26 spots.
Then even Mitchell and Swan plus 16, plus 23 there. Dave Fuge Jr. up 29 from where he started.
And set to go back green. Clore and company. Dylan finishes in the top three. We'll at least get a chance to say his last name because I have no clue. Grutschmiker. Let's stay with Dylan. I have no clue. Pace car's in. Hey, Clore out front. Dylan along with it with Kibbe right there starting in third. Mitchell up in fourth.
Green.
Green flag. We're gone.
Great jump by the 72. I don't think Dylan quite was ready there.
Hey, you got Jurgensen there along with it with Swan, Salter, Abbott, Wilson. They 3 wide back here too, around about 12th place spot. Arm in right behind him. Start with a Gilroy. Komacheski there.
Looks like that was Latham Gardner. I couldn't quite tell who was on the inside.
Around about that 13th, 14th place spot there. And a lot of it, you know, we saw the single file starts bringing about a little better start to the starts because it's so hard to pass here, and you can see it right now. I call it conservative aggressive. Got to be a little bit aggressive, but you got to be conservative too. I said it earlier in the race because you've got to get what you can get on these restarts because you're going to start getting that single file, and it's going to be very tough to pass as the race goes on.
Yeah, I mean, we see
right there.
Ooh, I think I saw a little bit of wiggle, but he kept it. So not going to have the run around the 36.
And we can just see right there, I mean, Kolbachevsky pitted at lap 112 in a newer set of tires, but just see how hard it is to pass through the field.
Ooh, barely clear when he dove down low there. That might have been another caution, but he's still going straight.
Henry's another one. Back up 25 spots there in ninth. So that's his teammate right in front of him, too. Either that or they just got the same sponsor. Henry's been the one that's been able to climb through this field pretty good.
25-28, Henry and Salter. I believe those two are teammates.
Okay. Mitchell right there with them. Whew. One been able to take the pass there on Jurgensen.
Caution, yellow flag.
Flag. Got a big one in the back here.
Big one.
Yeah. Try to decipher through this one here and see what. All right. First ride with Salter, who was involved. Cross off the wall. Actually, we were just watching it at 28 machine.
He's running right behind his teammate Henry.
Even a little there. And
through the trial, he lost it, I think.
I think that was more like
down.
That might more air came off that back of that car. Watch one more time here. It almost looked like huh. Oh. See. Come around. Like there's some other ones here though. Oh, 95 almost. Oh, would have made it to the door when it closed. All right, caution. Kansas style. Spartan Simracing League here tonight. Master Series, folks. Under caution. Take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Team Red, White, and Blue. Thank you so much for joining our team. My name is Mike Irwin, and I have the honor to serve as the Executive Director. When I founded Team RWB in 2010, our initial focus centered on veteran transition and reintegration into civilian life. But as the large-scale deployments have slowed down, the military's ability to support reintegration has improved, hundreds of thousands of veterans have used their GI Bill, and companies have prioritized hiring veterans, the overall mental, physical, and emotional health of the veteran community still has a long way to go. And Team RWB has a major leadership role to play. And that means that we need you. We need you to close out this video and to know that you didn't just join a listserv or download an app. You joined a team composed of real people, over 200,000 strong, who are veterans on active duty in the National Guard or reserves or civilian supporters. And these people, who we refer to as the Eagles, want you to get involved in Team RWB. Why is it so important for you to become an active member of the team? Because when you do, we know that it will improve your mental and physical health, help you to develop new and meaningful relationships in your life, and provide you with a sense of purpose that comes from belonging to something bigger than yourself. Over the past decade, veterans struggling with the invisible wounds of war and post-military life have told us how important physical fitness has been to them. Running has helped veterans battle nightmares. Triathlons have helped with headaches, and CrossFit has enabled them to sleep better. These fitness activities, along with others, have made them more confident and healthy people. Unfortunately, millions of veterans have forgotten about the power of physical training in their lives. So as you get involved and see the power of Team RWB in your own life, I hope that you feel inspired to reach out to other veterans and encourage them to follow in your footsteps. In closing, I want to again thank you for stepping forward and joining Team Red, White, and Blue. We're fired up to have you on the team, and I know that you're going to be flying the Eagle with pride for a long time.
There's an immeasurable bond that forms when you join the service. You'll do anything to protect and defend those at your side, and pushing the limits of your well-being is all just part of the job. But when this shared experience ends, it's easy to carry that mission-first mindset with you and neglect your own health and mental fitness. Team Red, White, and Blue understands these challenges and knows that together we can show veterans that their best days are ahead by providing opportunities to build healthier lifestyles right where they live and work. Through races, service projects, workouts, and a cutting-edge mobile app, our members develop a sense of camaraderie and mutual support. With a growing force of over 200,000 strong, we invite all veterans, families, and non-military supporters to start putting their well-being first. Team Red, White, and Blue is forging America's leading health and wellness community. Will you join the team?
That one is These cars are getting very snappy loose. I tighten them up. That's all I know. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's...
Loose is fast, but it doesn't matter how fast you are if you're not pointing forward. Tighten the car up a little bit. Keep it a little bit more stable.
Yeah, because we've seen it a lot tonight. I mean, it's not like it's been an ongoing theme of they just snap out. Not my fault they went caution, my man. I went green to caution under commercial. I can't predict when they're gonna go into caution there, brother. I mean, now, in all fairness, though, if you're going to put me in that spotlight of Fox, let me go ahead because I'm going to be a little critical right here. How long did we go before we even did a commercial? And then let me know when you watch Fox next time and see how long they go before they do a commercial. So before you make statements like that, I will fire back. So, right. But we are into caution, unfortunately. It's Clore man out front. Dylan right there in second, and Henry starting in third. One. Latham there. Mitchell. I could do you one favor and go to caution again right now. How's that?
You mean go to commercial again?
Yeah, I mean, got to get the sponsors out there. Why not? Do that every 10 laps, go to commercial. It'll be like a football game every down.
Speaking of which, Sunday nights at halftime now. I saw it as I went to use the bathroom.
Yeah, we'll have a halftime show in the middle of the race, too. We'll get the halfway point. Oh. Been doing this a long time. Can't please everybody. That's one thing I did learn. Pace cars in. Clore's out front. Dylan there in second. Henry and Swan. Going back green.
Green flag, green flag.
And Clore didn't get the jump, boys. Going to be side by side coming around turn one.
You didn't. Dylan had a really good jump right there beside him. Still too wide through the corners.
Still side by side coming out of two. Bad stretch. Yeah, no, that's a bounce back from Maines. I will give him credit because remember earlier he got caught. He spun, got caught in a wreck. Obviously there wasn't a lot of damage to that car because he is back up to 8th, like you said. That would be a heck of a bounce back even if he got a top 3 out of this thing. It'd be a heck of a bounce back.
I'd say it'd definitely be a bounce back, and I mean Vincent, who we just saw was in that most recent caution, he's at 11th right now.
Yeah, heck yeah. The Clore up front battle for the lead. Dylan right there sitting in second. Henry starting up in third. Latham there in fourth. Juan there up into the 5th place spot. Still battling out for this lead though between these two guys.
I think Dylan might just have him clear here going into 3.
Get that inside going. Look at old Henry. Henry has just snuck up here in the picture. Be quiet all race, but has moved up massive amount of positions, up 32. I mean, the top 2 guys are both up 32 spots.
And it's just that quiet, slow creep. You don't put your name in there, don't get into a lot of accidents, and keep your car clean.
Absolutely. Latham there. Clore falling back just a little bit. See Swan up there in the 5th place spot with Mitchell. And we just talked about it with Maines. Battle right here around 8th place spot between Gerlach and Sumter. And then right there behind him watching him. pretty smooth going around the track.
They really do, especially on entry there, drive it right to the bottom. But we've seen it time and time again almost. It's the exit where it gets a little tricky.
He looks
Massive checkup. We'll save it now.
all that. We got a front row seat to it too, and plus he's got a car beside of him. It's Maines and him up there battling.
Yeah, Maine snuck into the top 5 now. I mean, he's got Core right there for 4th. He's on the inside of
Mitchell. Relax right there, Maines. Woo. Good save.
Very good save. A little bit of contact mid-corner. Luckily, kept her straight, didn't go around. Tires might be a little bit unhappy, but get your head down and get back to it.
Yeah, cooled him down a little bit. Unfortunately, put him back to 16th place spot. Still got time to get her back up front. Like I said, to keep it level-headed. Side-by-side battle there for 6th. Oh, Dylan out front still. Henry there in 2nd, Latham in 3rd. Battle right here in 9th place. Minor setback. That's right. Yeah, just a little minor. What's more impressive is though is how Maine's got up there. Is he has not taken that last pit stop yet.
Oh, I think he's kind of realized he's gone through 3 of his 4 allowed tires and might need to save for a little bit. Looked like he tried to put it 3 wide around the outside.
He's right back there still on 16, kind of hanging on a little bit. Old Macheski's in that pack too. The Ginningsman. Two cars have been up front most of the race. And Macheski, his last pit stop, he must have got a penalty or something. 42 seconds.
Maybe a penalty, maybe a little bit of damage.
I don't remember getting in anything.
I don't either. It might be a possibility, but I'm with you. I think it might have been a penalty.
Yeah. Ginningsman right there with him. Ginningsman pitted last time around 133, but he only took fuel. I'm going to say he's out of tires because he says he's pitted 7 times. And only go off how many times they pitted. And the reason I know Maines has still got a set left is he's only pitted 3 times, and every time he's put tires on 14, 15 second pit stops. And I know he's got 1 set left. PB definitely, he got 2 sets. This man up here has really been able to save along with Dylan.
I think those 2 up front, they might be in the best position it is right now.
Yeah, if a couple cautions come out here, which we've seen PB's strategy. Now, here's how his strategy won't work for him. If he waits too long. I mean, as right now we're at 148 to 200, about 50 to go. And he's going to, if he gets marred back in traffic, like, and because we even see it with like Maines and Olmacheski and guys like that back there, if he gets marred back there 20th or 18th, it would take 50 some laps to get back up front. So anything from this point, he's going to have to be careful of when he pits. Can he make it all the way?
Possibly.
Yeah. We saw him go over 80 laps. That was with the cautions, though. He would have to go, which we've had one couple cautions here, but He would have to almost go 90 some laps. I don't know. It'd be close.
I don't think he can make it fully. I think he's still got another stop he's got to do.
Yeah.
And I'd want to say he's in that window now.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. And that's because if it's a green flag stop, yes, it's definitely in the window now. If it's under caution, then it's different, because then it all depends on how many other people come down. If he has to make a green stop, now's the time to do it, because you got to have enough time to be able to make it back up. Now, the only way that might work out is if he makes a green flag stop, and then as long as he doesn't go a lap down, he's still on the lead lap, and a caution comes out, and a lot of people come in, and he makes up positions that way. Other than that, if they don't, yeah, killer for him. We'll have to see how it plays out here.
Yeah.
Just call
The
around.
yellow flag is out.
Oh, never mind. We just talked about it right there.
Oh, and that's a mess. Everybody's spinning.
Started with Mitchell, I think. If I can watch high view here. Yeah, a little help on this one. I kind of got the tail end of it. Side by side.
That's tight quarter panel there. Mitchell sends it low.
Yeah, he just ran over him.
Yep. Catches the 9 right there, and then everybody slamming on the brakes to try and avoid it spinning out.
Main is around there, so I think it's all Main go around.
I think that was Mains with Dave Fuge Jr. there getting a little bit in his rear.
Watching the Mains here and see what happened. By the way, PB is coming on pit road, so smart.
I would take that deal right now as well.
Yeah. Good as he is on those long runs.
He's backing it down.
Just got on that apron.
Step it around. And it's
with a 36 that clock.
the 30. It was a 36. I thought it was Mains got hit there by Dave Fuge, but no, it looked like it was a 36 instead.
Yeah, he just hit him.
Yeah, didn't quite back it up enough. I mean, I want to say it was definitely a little bit ballsy move by Mitchell. It was a tight squeeze. He fit it, and I don't think the 72 was exactly ready for it.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to let you watch this one more time. When you say tight fit, and the 57 or 67's all the way in front of him.
Yep, there he's.
I mean,
there
he's like
clear.
way. That's a lot. In racing terms,
that
that's
is
a
a
lot.
lot.
That's a lot. So coming down, it's up to the 7-2 at this point. Blow up.
Yeah,
You're past, and he just runs him over. I mean, okay, we'll say it nicely. Ran out of room and hit him in the back.
yeah. I thought it was a little bit closer there than it was.
Yeah.
Granted, they're also going around 100. They're also going around what, about 180 into that turn.
Yeah. And they are. I mean, we'll watch it fast speed here. I mean, he had a run coming off that turn, and that's just that high side run. And he really cleared him before they got to the turn. I mean, he was clear there. I mean, there's no other way to put it but on the 72 on that one there. That's one's gonna be happy, one's gonna be mad. We'll say it that way. It's gonna be like, you gotta be kidding me. What do y'all think in the chat?
Green flag, green flag.
We're back green, though. We're going green. Genningsman back up front. Now, he pitted at lap 133. I got a feeling he's out of tires, though. I don't think he's got tires. That's why he didn't pit. Kibby. Hope that's how you say that. Is that Kibby?
I believe it is Kibby.
All right.
I'm definitely going to be double checking with some drivers after tonight.
I don't blame you, man. Go for it. And PB, we talked about that pit stop strategy. This worked into his favor. That caution, I think, worked in his favor because now he's in fifth, good front all night long. And he still got one set of tires because so if something crazy was to happen, he still got that set. But this three-wide mess here tonight.
Woo-hoo, that's going to be tight coming off the corner. But PB Henry, he's only gone through 3. So is Dylan in front of him, and Dylan's 2 spots ahead of him.
Yeah, it has tires. You're saying Genningsman has tires.
I think that's what Boyles is saying.
Can you fully confirm that? Because he's been in the pit 7 times. That's why I'm asking. And his last pit stop, he didn't take any. He only took a 6-second stop. So that's kind of what I'm going off of is the reason why I say that he probably doesn't have any. Comes old Maines, though, man, trying to fire back. He definitely used his last set. So Genningsman then is going to play the long game here and try to see if maybe something then, if he does have a set in the back pocket there, maybe use them later on here.
Like that. Here comes Dylan right to his outside.
Mm-hmm. And it also goes back to that. We've talked about track position. When you look at Kibby and those guys who did, Latham actually pitted and put 4 tires on. You think you'd just be able to come up here and just blow right by these guys, but it's all about that track position here.
Track position and how good you're able to get through the dirty air if you are further back into the pack.
Andrews made some moves though. Maines. Olmacheski right there along with him too. Those two haven't been up to, they haven't been up front since they got marred back here, but they're trying.
They're trying to make their way back up there slowly but surely.
You said Vincent right there too. He's in that 6th place spot. That's a heck of a battle. Around about 6th, 7th, 8th place. All these guys pitted too, so they're all about even. Well, all right, so if we're talking about Genningsman, holy cow, what happened to him? Fell all the way back to 12th. Goes off the pace.
Yeah, I think he's the one out there with the oldest tires until you go all the way back to Gilroy. It's about 20 so lap difference, I believe it is.
Yeah, but he to lose that count. He's definitely fallen. Also, if he had a set, he might have should have used them, but I have to see how it plays. I mean, still got time, but as the race goes on, it's not favoring him too well because it takes so much to pass. And when you can see this, I mean, like here with Kulmacheski, Maine, and all those guys, you know, last lap. I mean, from the first place all the way back to 7th here, Wes. It's a 10th, maybe 10th and a half. Split them up. Not a lot.
No, it's really not. You've got I see half a tenth, just over a tenth. Not about 10th and a half. It's really close between all these guys, and just side by side racing. I love to see it.
Oh yeah. You see Maines right there. He is trying to fire back. He's had an up and down night. Spun, got in the wall, almost spun again. He's still there.
Still there, fighting hard on the inside. Vincent's also been a strong car we've seen all night. Right now, it's those two against each other for the final race for the Fast Five.
Awesome run. Good old Maines right there. An eye on him in fifth. Big battle happening right behind him there. Kolmacheski, Vincent, Swan. You can't any of those guys out either.
No, and Core's right there too. He showed that he's had good speed on the restarts. If it comes down to a green-white checkered, he might be one to watch, I would say.
I'm with you on that one. Right now you got Swan there. Kolmacheski trying to battle with Vincent. The heavy movers, Dylan, Latham, and Henry up to third there. And you got Dylan up 32, Latham up 20, Henry up 31. I mean, that's some movement in a race.
And then Shane Clore down in ninth. He's up 32. So if he goes any further up, he's just going to be gaining more and more spots from the start.
That's impressive. That's just to never give up at. I mean, obviously we're going to sit and talk about Maines, it too. But Henry and them just never give up. Just keep going, keep going. You have a bad qualifying, doesn't mean you're out of the race. I mean, if you don't win this thing tonight, that's still very impressive.
Yeah, and qualifying, I want to say, for cookie cutters, especially with super speedways, but on these mile and a half tracks, it doesn't always mean everything. There is, of course, track position does rule kind of king with them, but if your car is good enough on a race setup and you have a bad qualifying, you can kind of make up for it, which I think is what we've seen with all these guys moving up to the front from how far back they started.
And that is a flip of the coin of what you normally would see, because on a fixed setup, you definitely would want to qualify well. To me, Henry probably would not have came through the field like this on a fixed setup. Not taking anything away from his talent, but he would have had to have a lot more luck. And then the flip side of that, like Maines, who had spun earlier and then spun again on a fixed style setup, like what you just said there. The setup really does matter a lot. Here's where you can see Maines working on Henry. Got by him.
Maines looked like he was thinking about taking him up the middle three wide. Thought better of it. Dipped down low underneath Henry there. He's now up into fourth.
Yeah, they were right on the back end of something. Kind of called him at the wrong spot. But, it's just so much. I mean, you will see guys that are very great on the fixed setup. You'll see guys that aren't. But in this, the setup really, really helps. And you can see it. It looks like Maines and Pesky has probably the best long-running style setup. And who's that? It just went going. That's Vincent. Oh, and he just hit the wall. Things bouncing like he's off the track. We might say green.
Just loose off corner, straight left, slammed into the inside wall.
Oh, watch it here. He lost it, like you said, got loose. Right in that threshold to where it just stays green. With the car involved, but unfortunate man for Vincent because he was coming up through the field. He was up there in that top 10, top 5 almost. Wow.
It seemed like he was following Cole Macheski through.
Dylan, though, man, got a big lead here, almost a second, 8/10 in front of Latham there. His last lap was an 82, though. Actually, right there. I mean, the top 4, 82, 79, 85, 81. I mean, that's right dead on with each other. Tells me that neither one of those top 5s are just going to run up on the back end of you and blow right by you. There's no way.
No, even. They're dead even. All came into pits around on the same lap. I think they might be trying to settle in. Still maybe a little bit of pushing going on, but not trying to overdrive the car and hopefully bring it home.
I'll still say it's a win-win for Maines here. Especially with everything that's happened to him. Dylan
Definitely had it struggled.
32 spots. You know, Wesley, that's a psyche thing, too. You know, you have a bad qualifying, you're back in 30-some spot, you're thinking, man, this is going to be one of these races, you know. You've got to get your mind right to, like, you know what, I still can win this, and to get up front.
Yeah, it's being stuck back deep in qualifying just because it's either your car's not quite set up for it, or you yourself might not be good at putting down single lap times.
Yeah.
You might be better in the draft. You feel more comfortable with it that way. But if you start back, you got to have the thought of, I'm going to race forward. Don't sit there and think it's going to be this long race. I'm going to be back here the whole time. I'm not going to be able to get past anyone. You want to have your headset just right, or else it's going to be a long race for you. You're going to have trouble getting up to the front.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, you know, on that flip side, like what you said, you know, there are some guys out here that are just awesome demons when it comes to qualifying, but being able to get in that, like you said, the long run, getting a groove of the race, that's where they kind of, you know, lack a little bit. And then you have the few that, they're good at qualifying and good, you know, at all, you know, with the race and everything. The Maines probably fit that bill right there. Macheski's another one that's been up front. Those guys have been pretty consistent about being up front. They've had some pretty consistent qualifying. And also, too, avoiding big ones, avoiding wrecks, get caught in trouble.
Yeah, keep it clean, keep it safe. Maines, I really want to say, he's battled through adversity, though. He started up at the front. He got spun out, like we said. Clawed his way back up front and then got nearly spun out but kept it straight and dropped about to the mid-tens there, mid-teens. Oh. And now look at this. He's up in 4th right now.
Put a little fella on back here. Genningsman, unfortunately, falling back to 13th. Feltman right there in the 14th with Doningland back in 15th. Gilroy there in the 16th. Nicotera in there in 17th. First one lap down is back to 20th. That'd be Abbott. Unfortunately, Remy, Dave Fuge. What was it? Alpine. Yeah, like the radio.
Yep, just like the radio.
Yeah.
Had to think about that for a second.
Yeah. I don't remember that one. Now we just need a guy with a name called Blawpunk. All right. Well, the Stereo Wars on Sunday night here. But it's been a good one. Spartan Racing League, Sim Racing here tonight. Master Series. And right now we've got the first race here tonight of what they call their fast, the 5 series here. You know, Holloman Auto Sports Fast 5 Challenge. And we were talking about how that kind of like how that Fast 5 series goes. The top 5 finishers here tonight qualify. They'll go to Talladega and they'll run a little bit for some money. Right now, Bloor is the man holding on to the 5th place. Got about a half a tenth over Swan back in 6th.
Well, it's not quite the first race of it. It's just the qualifying race, but it's Dillon right now, then Latham, Sumter, Maines, and then Clore, like you said, holding on to 5th there for the final spot. And it's whoever out, and it's these 5. If it stays this way, they're racing head-to-head, essentially. 1v1v1v1v1 at Talladega. Whoever finishes the highest out of those 5,
win
$10 extra in the pocket.
Like that.
And on top of that, you want to be in the top 5 for that race so you can qualify for the next race, because you win all 5, you get an extra 50 on it.
Nice. Well, Macheski gets it up there now to the 6th spot, right behind them over Swan. Still a little time left here as Dillon's leading it. 14 to go here. Kansas, Latham, Maines. Maines has moved up to 3rd now over Sumter. Trying to climb his way. Even if he don't win, to me, that's talk about a win. And that's climbing back.
I say that would definitely be a win for Maines. Only started 5th. He's only up 2, but you also got to think he wasn't always up here. Granted, he spent a lot of his time up here. But
he hit the wall earlier, remember?
He hit the wall, he spun, he nearly spun and dropped back to near 20th. So a great clawback is what I would say it.
Yeah. Yeah. Floor right there on the back side there with Sumter. Pull Macheski up to 6th. It's all Dillon, though. 32 spots up the front, hoping to hang on to this thing. He's got that set up perfect here. What about the Team Connie? Did he race with them, or has it got anything to do with those guys? They're pro drivers. Could be borrowing some of their setup.
That could be the case. It looks like his team name, at least for Spartan Simracing League here, is going to be with Racing 3 Wide.
Ethan right there behind him. Haynes, Bloor, Sumter, top 5. Komacheski got enough. He's 2/10 back to take that 5th place spot away from Sumter. Definitely got time to do it.
Got
definitely faster. He ran an 87 to an 06.
Yeah, Sumter's been dropping back a little bit these last couple laps. He was up there in about 2nd or 3rd and now dropped all the way back to 5th.
Sit right there between the two. He's coming. The run, he gets on that top side.
Yeah, and he's not all the way up high. He's only...
I think got tight. You see that?
Yeah, it did. He's not all the way up against the wall. He's running about middle of the track there. Sumter takes his line away. I'm losing words here. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, we saw that was a perfect shot there, West. I mean, that car was heading to the wall. That right there is a textbook example of a car that's tight. No matter what you do, she's heading to the wall straight. And the only thing you do is just back that up. You just let off the gas, maybe drag the brake a little bit, get that nose settled back. Other than that, there's nothing you can do.
No, there's not. And not only is this a battle for 5th, but I think there's also Clores now right on the back of Maines going to his outside.
Yeah. Both going to try to take over that spot away from 3rd place right there. They're side by side too. And he does. Another Team Conti machine up here. Get some maybe investigative reporting on, do they know them? No. That'd be an advantage if they're using some setups there.
I mean, all these guys have where they like to get their setups. They probably run with them for at least a week once the just to make sure they've got it set right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sumter right now has been over the hole pretty steady with Kolmacheski right there in his back door. Still Dylan though, he's got a 1 second lead, walking off into the sunset with this one. And yeah, Latham was about a 10th faster, 8.
The yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag, are you kidding? Oh no, Windsor, go to. Let's see what happened here for Windsor. This puts us in green, white, checkered. The 0-2 right there. '29's coming. Oh, he just lost it.
Lost it.
He had a lot tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's the 07, not the 02 as well.
Oh, 07, my bad.
So that would be Abbott there. Kind of, and I mean, we've said this quite a few times tonight. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's going to be interesting because, no, I don't think you're going to see anybody on pit road. I don't, unless you're way back in the back or something. Still don't think it's really going to matter.
Yeah, all these guys all the way. Everybody in the top 9. Kibbe, the first one, he's been the longest on his tires, 134 his last pit lap.
I didn't think you were going in the pit. And yeah, you didn't even see Latham turn. Latham's like, yeah, man, look, you can do all that juking you want. I'm not going.
No, I wouldn't expect anybody in the pits here. It's hopefully a short run to the white and then eventually to the checkered. So no point in really giving up that track position, I would say.
As Clore wins, okay, he's got a shot. This is where you got to be careful because everybody's pretty much equal tire wise at this point. You do see from 13 on back, they do go to pit, so. Unless just something wild happens, you know, those guys are not going to make it up front, but they still probably can make up some spots. But that's where you got to be careful because this is where old. Now you got a heat cycle going to be in the tires, going to be kind of cool. Don't want to spin on the start. Now I'm going to have all the grip in the world to go try to send dive bomb down the turn. Oh boy.
It's going to be a battle, I want to say, aggression versus conservative. If you want to be aggressive because, heck, this might be the last restart. So and this is going to be the best time for you to really gain positions, I would say. But you go too aggressive, you're taking yourself out, possibly a couple other drivers with you, and that's bye-bye to that high finish position you want.
Absolutely. Well, Dylan definitely wants the start of his life here. But again, don't spin those tires. That's going to be the thing he doesn't want to do. Latham's going to want to try to hold there with him. Clore obviously is hoping those two guys just get into each other and he just go shoot right on by him. Maines just don't want to get caught up in anything. Wow. It'll be interesting.
I'm ready for it. We've seen it's very hard for the outside line to at least stick with the leader. Granted, the leader, it's at his discretion. He goes when he wants. It's just you're up to anticipate and then react with him as well. So Dylan's going to want to get a very good jump, and I think Clore might have the best shot at it, if I'm going to be honest with you.
All right, lights off on the pace car. settle this one here. See what happens. Green, white checker attempt 1. Dylan's up front there with Latham beside of him. Floor, Mains. Comes through the top 5. Pace cars in. Here we go. And
Green.
Boy, I tell you what, Dylan got the start he wanted.
Yeah, he definitely made Latham wait there on the outside. He went late into the box. Clore, I think, is going to be clear to second now.
Yep. Floor to second. Latham falls back to
yellow flag
third,
is
and
out.
yellow flag. Well, that's Clore. Colton. Ooh. Gardner. It's going good. But it has some help.
Genningsman puts it 3 wide early right there.
Look at a different angle to see if both held their line or they both held their line. One came up, one came down. Or, yeah, 79 just caught him.
And there's something further up ahead, I believe, as well.
That Charles Abbott. Car? That's the 26 one run. That's what we saw up there in the front.
That's Hammond's.
Oh, and he got tagged. Ouch. Okay. We'll rack them up and do it again.
And we just talked about aggression versus being conservative. Guys up front a little bit conservative, I'd say. A little bit further back, there was definitely aggression.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just that sense of having to get up front. All the Colton fans out there are like, no. Oh. Yeah. The old Colton, he got involved. Dylan's still up front, though, and Dylan's like, man. Yeah, it's a green, white checker.
3 attempts at it.
So we can get one more shot here, or 2 more shots. One more after this one. If that works, Coach. If you do green, white, checkered, obviously we go green. If we make it to the white flag, the race is official. The whole field could wipe themselves out, and then be kind of whoever makes it start finish at that point. But if they don't make it to the start finish, or they don't make it to the white flag, and a caution flies, we line them back up like we did here, and we go and try it again. The thing about it is, if it happens after this one, if we go back under another caution and we go one more time on that last attempt, no matter what, if a caution flies or they make it to the white flag, the race is official. Whoever's out front at that point.
Yeah, and here we've got Clore on the outside of Dylan and with Dylan on the inside as the control car. Last time around, Dylan went a little late in the box, and Clore definitely saw it. Do you think he's going to go as soon as he hits it this time to keep the 72 off the game?
Just don't want to spin them tires. That's the only thing he's got to work. I think that's the biggest thing is he is out front. That advantage right now is we're going back green. He holds him a little bit. Oh, yeah, he went late again. Wow. Got a good jump on Clore.
He did, but Latham didn't follow him through like Clore did last time. So Clore is going to be clear with second. Again, battle 2 wide, side by side for third, side by side for fifth.
Right there. Lomacevski involved with it too. Latham, Sumter hanging on the third barely. Dillon's the man out front right now. If he makes it to that white flag, like I said, this one's a fish one. Boom! Boy, Florida smacks the wall. White flag, this one's in the book here. Just got to make it around one more time. Look at that, man. Maines falls back. Oh, just off the pace. As Sumter's still holding on the third. They're 3 wide back there, but at a 3 and 4 final time, Dillon has got this thing. Battle's going to be for third, though. Swan is going to steal this thing away from Sumter. He does at the line, and the man that comes in the 5th is Latham. But Dillon, that man right there, Wesley, 32 spots. Got to give it up for Clore, too, at 39 spots. But, man, Dillon, master job. Hang in there to the end.
Amazing drive by both of them, and we saw Swan come flying up. Lords, the boys up in the booth. You got a copy with us?
Yep, hear you loud and clear.
The man back there was one coming to the.
Worried about even making it because your car just wouldn't stick in qualifying. Did you have any plans once you did find out you made the cut?
Not really, just threw the benchmark in and went, that's safe.
Got anybody you want to thank for the awesome win?